You like that? Welcome. Yes, I know. Thank you for being here. I didn't think anyone would come. I'm going to be honest. I did send a little message to Debs, who's my chief of staff. I said, I'm going to come on and have a chat. It's not prepped, let's be honest, but it is nice to have a chat. I've got this speaker, which Sebastian's mum bought and left here. Don't know if it will work. Never tried it before. It seems that you're meant to wear this on your collar, I believe. And you're meant to link it. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Andrea. And you're meant to link this to the bottom of your phone. And you connect them both. But I've never used it before, so I'm not going to use it right now. Hi, Carla. Carla's she's my Secretary of State. So I've got the Chief of Staff and Secretary of State. Hi, John. A lot of good people. Tuppence, Vina, Edith, St. Elmo's Fire, Marge, Sheila. A lot of good people in tonight. It's nice to have a chat. Today's been a very it's been a very chilled out day, actually, a very relaxing day. Managed to sort out a few bits and pieces which have been bugging me for a long time. Managed to put them to bed and move forward in a positive way. Market Garden, good to see you. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Kenya. Kenya? Not Kenya. Kendall. Nicola. Elaine. Market Garden. Always good to have him in. Diane. Blacksmith. Good to see Blacksmith in. Polly. Mary. Pixie. Damn it, Janet. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Janet. A lot of awesome people in. Oh, St. Elmo's Fire, new member. Welcome to the team, St. Elmo's Fire. We've got fire people in here anyway. They'll keep an eye on the fire. Yeah. And Alison, it's brilliant to have some awesome people in. Evening, Alison. Pat, hi. Carla, Chrissy, where's Foxy? Joan Lovelace, good to see Joan in. Zepper, good to see Zepper in. Some great people in. Have you had a good day, Trev? Do you know what? It's been great. Has Suzanne? It's been a great day. Yeah, I managed to achieve a lot today. A lot that I hadn't started off today. But do you know what? It just goes to show though that if you listen, here's how it works. If you continue to go on the path and move forward and lift people up and don't put people down, things eventually work out. That's the best way to look at things. Malika, hello. Thank you from Blue Ridge Mountains, Virginia. Oh, that sounds like a beautiful place, actually. Yeah, awful gales and rain. Yeah, I'm sure. Hi, Trevor from sunny New Zealand. Aren't you lucky? Morning, sunny New Zealand. And hi, Anne. Greetings to the best. Tuppence, new podcast from Meg's coming out, Confessions of the Female. Yeah, so I believe. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, it's on Monday and it's St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, it is. St. Patrick's Day is a good day for me, though. I've got a lot happening on St. Patrick's Day. I have a meeting with my barrister on Monday. My barrister, my solicitor, and the people that have been helping me out for the last so many years. We're all meeting up on Monday and hopefully to nail a few things down. So I'm really looking forward to Monday. So, yeah, just keep positive. All good things happen to good people. Allegedly, hopefully. Absolutely, Chef. Hope you're doing well. And I am. Thank you. Brenda Goodwin. Hi, Brenda. Love Blue Ridge Mountains. This is a great little chat. Hogmother 1952. Welcome. So about St. Fire. Just listening to Dan Wooten about Dan Wooten new podcast with DDC. Yeah, good luck to him. Right, Anne says, so Trevor, what do you think about the news about the NHS in England that's going to cause a stir? I don't know. I honestly don't believe that. I don't believe anything's going to happen with the NHS. Listen, I mean, we all know what the issues are with the NHS. They're top heavy. They're boardroom heavy. They're on too much money. They waste money on shitty projects. It's a bit like the Ministry of Defence. We need to get rid of the pen pushers, thin them out. Do you know what you could do? Elon Musk got rid of, I don't know, 40 or 60% of the staff at Twitter and it still works. I think you could get rid of 40 or 50% of the MOD and it still would work. I think you could get rid of 40 or 50% of the boardroom staff at the NHS and all the board of directors, and it would still work just as well. That's what I honestly believe. I think you could get rid of 40 or 50 members of parliament and it would still be shit. Yeah. What's this here? Elaine says, apart from taking my daughter to NE with fractured foot, they don't want to see her. Yeah, of course they want to see her follow up. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, John. John gets me. Miss VJJ, Trev, I sent you an email full of profanities, not directed at you. I was cross when I sent it. I read your email, VJJ, and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I agreed with your email. I know the tone it was sent. I know you're angry. I know it wasn't directed at me. But you know what? Sometimes those emails are okay. If you're going to send me those emails where you're annoyed about something, send them. I wouldn't stop people from sending emails. I enjoyed reading it. I could see you were angry. But yeah, it's better out than in, though, isn't it? I think that it is good as I think the NHS England is just another quango. Yeah, exactly. It is. It is. Rachel, I agree with you. You guys need a Department of Government Efficiency. We do. We do. But would it work, though? Because it's a bit like having a police complaint and getting in touch with the police, the commissioner, and then the police investigating the police. I mean, it needs to be a separate organisation that does this. I mean, it just doesn't. None of it's ever made sense, in my opinion. Good evening, Joan. Joan Colt, my mother-in. Is she? No. Oh, she is in. Hi, mother. We'll chat later, as per usual. Rusty. Hi, Rusty and Ria. Yeah, I talked with a pensioner yesterday. They're way underpaid compared to our social security, but ours is based on overall. I talked with a pensioner yesterday. Why? They're way under. Who's way? Who's underpaid? I don't get what you're saying there, Emil's Fire. I agree with you. Thanks for that. I can't wait. Left. Yep, all good. We had Dodge, so got there. Everyone else. Evening, Trevor's mom. Evening. Lovely to see you. Good evening, Joan Colt. That's not me saying that, mother. I would never call you that first name. I call you mum. I'm reading the messages. Thank you, Trevor. You are a true gentleman. We had this chat with Fiona today. People say, oh, Trevor, you're a great guy. I'm not always a great guy. There's days I get pissed off and I get angry. I get angry like everyone else. You know, but there's days I'm an arse. Finally caught your light. Lily McDonald, yeah. Mommy is in, Trevor. I know. Yeah. Oh. Hope everything goes well with your meeting on St. Patrick's Day, Trevor. A positive outcome, hopefully. Yes. Long time coming, so I'm looking forward to that. Frankie's in. Bit like the RMP investigation at the Royal Engineer Regiment. Well, yes, they will close ranks. I mean, do you think that there is a, what's the word for it? A conflict of interest when you ask the police to investigate the police? I'm just saying. Rather than investigate the police, you're better off getting a no fee, no win. If you can prove the police have done mismanagement or prove that someone's done mismanagement, go for no win, no fee solicitor. Get the legals off to them, and yeah, hold them to account. First live chat I've caught. Mars355. Welcome. Everyone's chatting to my mother. UK needs to look to European healthcare where the standards are way, way higher. No, I disagree, Polly. I don't think the standards in Europe are higher than the standards in the UK. I do believe the UK, that our NHS is under more pressure than European countries, because a lot of European countries send their shit to the UK to get us to look after them, which then lowers our budget. We waste tens of millions of pounds every year on people coming across for what I would call holiday healthcare. That's the difference in the UK. The UK will never turn people away for if they go to the hospital or NHS. They won't get turned away. So we have like a holiday healthcare system. If we weren't wasting tens of millions and hundreds of millions of pounds a year on health tourism, then our NHS would be a lot better. There'd be a lot more money spent, and things would be a lot better. It's just my opinion, but I'm usually right. Yeah. You never hear of Germany or France or Spain being inundated with people coming for health. No, exactly, because they charge a lot of money to come to the UK for tourism healthcare. And I'd like to point this out, people, to everyone listening or watching. It's just words. We don't know if they're going to fix it. Actions speak louder than words. Politicians are great at talking complete shit and telling us what we want to hear. In a time when our current government are in turmoil, they've decided that they're going to try and fix things. Yeah, okay. Right. Marjorie, hi Trevor, I bought your book to give to a friend. He enjoyed it. And thank you very much. Make sure he leaves a review on Amazon, though, Marjorie. You know, not many people are. Christine, Tabitha, it's okay to be pissed at. Sorry, Tabitha said it's okay to be pissed at Andy the Gabby Cabby. Listen, don't mention him in the chat, please. At the end of the day, I'm not going to talk about what's happened today. There's been a lot going on today, and it's all been really, really positive. So please don't bring that up. I mean, from my own perspective, a lot of people were duped and misled and misguided by the flat cap man. He lied to a lot of people, and a lot of people are now finding out the truth. So, in my own opinion, I can't speak for Fiona or anyone else. All I can say is, let's not talk about those guys. Let them thrive in their YouTube. Let them move forward. And yeah, we've all had a valuable lesson here over the last month or so, haven't we? So let's just be positive. Mum was on. You have to behave. Your mum was on. My mum knows I'm a nurse, by the way, John. Pensioners compared to our system. Oh, so yeah. Well, our pensioners, St Elmo's Fire, our pensioners do get a shit ride. Actually, they do, and it's not fair. It's not fair. I mean, who's fighting their case in Parliament? Who? Most MPs or most of the old House of Lords are pensioners. They're not fussed, are they? They've got everything coming for them. You can't go and have a go at the benefit system in the UK if you're not going to have a look at your own expenses. Your own expenses are colossal, and they need to be. I mentioned years ago, and I will continue to say it, and I have mentioned this to Richard Tyson Farage. Listen, what is to stop the UK government purchasing a Holiday Inn, a little place in one near Tower Bridge, actually, put security on it, and MPs stay in there. No more 5- and 4-star hotels are in London, where it's expensive, and they stay and eat in there. That would lower expenses massively. You would save millions. We talk about getting a haircut. I know, Vina, I talk about getting a haircut all the time. The thing is, I've got a ladies' hairdresser near me, about 100 meters away. But the one I go to is in the next town, and I haven't been there yet, so I will get there eventually. Chairman, so excited for our new leaders and the transparency, but very tired of the Democrats. Joan, not Mum, Joan Lovelace. There's two Joan. Yeah, it needs to. Well, the thing is, right. Here we go. This will cause friction. I like a lot of the things that President Trump is doing. I like a lot of his things. But you've got to be transparent completely. Not just transparent towards where you think corruption is. You need to be transparent in your own party. Everything needs to be across the board. And that way, people will start to believe. You have a good heart. Hi, Rhea, thank you. That's great. Fiona, the Edge hit 50,000 this morning. I was really, really chuffed. So thanks to all of you that went over and supported her channel. It's great. And I like to lift other channels up. I really, really do. I mean, you've got that Frankie's Pod in here, who's got a great YouTube channel, does some good interviews. You've got the Old Paratrooper podcast, who's trying his best to reach 5,000, and I hope he gets there. You know, you have a lot of good people on here. The secret of YouTube. I watched a video today from a YouTuber, basically a new YouTuber. And he was talking about YouTube, and the secret to getting 150 subscribers is about posting and doing different things. And I was just sitting back watching him thinking, the secret for you getting 150 subscribers is me giving you shout outs and other YouTubers giving you shout outs. We've lifted you up. There's no secret algorithm. There's no secret algorithm to explode on YouTube. The secret to success on YouTube is to surround yourself with other positive YouTubers and to work together to lift each other up. That's the secret for success. Because then you share each other's videos and other subscribers get to see it, and then they can either join in or choose not to. That's the secret to YouTube. Pixie says, Trevor, I cannot send you an email about my horrendous situation. I've been handed Monday. Your system would bum. I've been handed Monday. Your system would bum. I don't understand that. I'm sorry. Yes, absolutely. I got it 2006. Could see it starting then. There's Polly being honest there. Everyone else the NHS already. Cara, turkeys don't vote for Christmas. I've no idea what's happened to people in the chat. I think everyone's lost their shit. What do you mean turkeys don't vote for Christmas? I mean, internal investigation. I'm missing out in some of the chat here, I think. They are surging on locums, so there's no money. Exactly. Cheryl G, you're a great guy because you tell the truth. We all have had bad days. Yeah, I know. I've had horse manure thrown at me though for a long time. That now it doesn't bother people. You know, you definitely conflict as a PSNI service. Yeah, not a force. Exactly. I wanted to watch the video Fiona put on, couldn't find it. Chrissy, yeah, Fiona took it down. She took it down. We had a chat this morning. She took it down. At the end of the day, what's happened in the past has happened in the past. We're trying to move forward positively and in a direction where there's no more shit. So that's the bottom line, which is good news in a way. Yeah. I've lived in 8 other Polly. I've lived in 8 others, all a lot higher standards. Okay, that's good to know. My husband had Bupa. I remember Bupa. It's not Booba, Rhea. It's Bupa. B-U-P-A. Bubba is the guy from Forrest Gump who wants to make shops and shrimps. He wants boiled shrimp, fried shrimp, potato shrimp. We want to crush shrimp. We want to grill shrimp, microwave shrimp. That's him. Oh, Chrissy, I think it is. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Rena. Rena says, good evening, Trevor. So glad you had a lovely and relaxed weekend in Jib. It was really nice, actually. Yeah. Fiona took me for a trip around Gibraltar Rock, which was amazing inside there. I didn't realise there was caves inside there and all the different bits and pieces. And after we came out of there and went back into Jib, we went for a lovely Sunday roast. So it was quite nice. There's 2 staff in the UK. Yep. McLean, you're right, Trevor. Actions definitely speak louder than words. Exactly. Just because people say they're going to do something doesn't mean they'll do it. Sometimes they say it just to get like a reprieve of bad comments. That's what they do a lot of the time. Jib was a very valuable visit. It was lovely. I love going over there. I'll go over again. Don't get me wrong. I love going over there. Yeah, so the email I got from my local MP. Same old crap. Yeah. Deborah says, great to see you on 50,000 subs. Thank you to everyone who's done that. Yeah, it's wonderful. Steve Brown, I have no issues with most European countries' health systems. They pay for insurance. The rest is topped up by the government. Basically the same thing as ours. It's not the same thing as ours, Stuart. I think you'll find that most people in Europe come to the UK for healthcare because it's free here. If they pay health insurance out there, they don't need to pay it in the UK. They can just nip across and go and say they're sick and they'll get treated for free. So our system's completely different. No one in the UK pays health insurance. A lot of people in the UK don't pay it. Yes, I know people that work pay national insurance and taxes and contributions go to the NHS, but a lot of people don't bother to work in the UK. A lot of people have given up. Thank you, Cheryl. Margaret Garden, no idea. Good to see you. I know what that means. Hello, Trevor. Hello, Katie. Note to oneself. MPs use the word aspirational. Carla, I wish it was. Keep positive. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good people in the chat. I'm really enjoying this. I'm trying to read your questions, actually. Reading your questions. Well, do you ever come in live chat, everyone? Politics and chats can lead to problems. It can. It can. I've seen a lot of YouTubers. I don't know why. YouTube recommends. Sometimes I put on YouTube and there's a lot of shit that comes in, like reels. I'm like, who is this guy? Who's this woman? Who? And there's a lot of people going, let's read between the lines. Rupert Lowe and the Reform Party. And I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. I've joined the party. I'm a member. I think it's the last hope. So let's see what they do. Yes, there's going to be fighting amongst politicians. Yes, there's going to be ego. You listen, to be a member of parliament, you've got to have an ego. You've got to be a little bit narcissistic. You've got to believe that you're the best. You've got to believe that you've beaten everyone and you are the chosen one. All these little disciples heading towards the Church of Commons. I mean, they all walk around there with chips on their shoulder, you know, so there's going to be clashes. There's going to be clashes. Belinda said for nearly a year she tried to get a doctor and a surgery, but would take me serious. Then I saw a locum. I was putting it for 2 weeks. Wow. Oh, Trevor, have you applied for your Veterans ID card? Yes, I have. Actually, was it yesterday? Yesterday morning, I sat in my kitchen. That's a lie. Wednesday morning, this is Thursday. Fucking get a grip. Tuesday morning, I sat in my kitchen with Charlie. And I went on, I typed in Veterans ID card, it came up. I went into the website. I had to confirm my identity, and then I filled it all in and I applied for the Veterans ID card. So I've already got a code and a confirmation email to say that it's been accepted, and I now just wait for it. I got mine a few months ago, not had to use it yet. Yeah, so we'll see. But I didn't even read up what you can get with it or what it's for, you know. We'll see. Alison's been screwed twice with her pension. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? People getting screwed. Jesus, if they all stopped in the Holiday Inn, it would be like a swingers night on steroids. Well, do you know what? I think this is what I believe. I believe if the government invested, let's say 10, 15 million, which is what expenses each year are 30 million in London. If they invest 10, 15 million in buying a Holiday Inn, and that Holiday Inn says, let's be honest, that Holiday Inn has 57 rooms. MPs that stay in London get their own room. They can have their own name on their door. You can have Scotland Yard protect it. You can have security around it, CCTV around it. No one would get anywhere near it. There'd be police cars outside it all the time, a little bit like the front of the MOD. And MPs would have their own room. And you have cleaners in the hotel, which could constantly go around and clean. The only difference is there would need to be shredders in certain areas to shred certain documents. It could happen. You could do it. Exactly. And that's how you cut down on all this thing. Shabina says, I unsub from the Flat Cat Man when he turned on Alex Belfield. I hear Alex is returning to YouTube soon. If he does, he does. Listen, I've never engaged with Alex Belfield. he's not my cup of tea. And the reason why he's not my cup of tea is because of his constant sexual innuendos. The way he makes little beats. That's why. That's the only reason why. I'm a man. I mean, I've been in the army. I've seen it all before, heard it all before. But it comes across as very very childish and cringeworthy type of conversation. And I'm not really into that shit, if I'm honest. So that's why I don't engage. But I wish him, I hope he gets back and earns money. He hasn't been earning money. I'm not even sure if he's demonetized on YouTube. I don't know, because I don't really pay attention to that type of thing. I do know there's been people that loved him and then turned against him and then loved him and then turned against him. Just make your mind up. If you don't like someone once, don't go back for a second time. Anne Burrows, good. Missing the start. You missed nothing. You missed nothing. Sorry, Belinda, my phone pizza cut. Okay. Transparency all the way, whoever offends. Exactly. Everyone's congratulating Fiona here for getting 50,000, which is fantastic. Oh, Katie oneself. Thank you very much, Katie. I will. I saw about Trump Tower. It's under control now. They say Fox News. Here's the thing. I don't watch the news on TV. I really don't. I've applied for something though, and I'll let you know if I get an email back about it. Nicola Mooney says she never got built. Didn't understand. I don't get him either. Hope you're a family. We're okay. Thank you very much for asking. We're all doing good. We're moving forward with positivity, ladies and gentlemen. MPs don't want to give up their perks. I know they don't. Of course they don't. Anne says Alex Belfield was very cringy. Crude comments about women. That's what I seen. I mean, whatever happened between him and other people, I mean, sometimes you've got to learn. Keep your fucking nose to yourself. You don't need to get in everyone's business. Just because he's doing something doesn't mean to say you don't go over to someone's channel and you don't run in the house, lock the door, sit down, turn on Trevor and go, I'm offended. No one invited you fucking here. Does that make sense? If someone's doing something and it doesn't concern you, don't get involved. There's too many people jump into Alex Belfield's circle and then complain about it. I mean, he didn't invite you in. He didn't. Just stay away if you don't like it. Go and watch him if you love him. Don't go and watch him if you don't like him. It's quite simple. And I don't understand why people off their own back insert themselves into something that they don't want to be in, and they do it just for attention. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Everyone's like, offense is taken, not given. Hopefully that makes sense to people. Hopefully it does. That's why when people say to me, I'm glad a lot of you understand, because there will be retards in the chat that go, I don't understand what he said. I don't understand. And I disagree. You're allowed to disagree. It's part of the world. We all don't get on. If we were all meant to be, this is true, if we were all meant to get married, we'd all live in the same place. We aren't. There's just far too many people insert themselves into situations that don't involve them, and then they get offended. These are the people we need to lock up and throw away the key. Back to the 1980s. Right, Rondell loves Trev. When it's your next party coming, you can put some lovely dried flower petals. I've been practicing making ice cubes today. I think I ruined one. Spilt it. I spilt my ice cubes. Not very good at that. Maybe Trev has a really nice ice recipe. Samantha Mustard, 100% right. St. Elmo's Fire, thank you very much. Thank you for your service. Listen, I loved the military. I joined up to see the world and to visit countries. I mean, it was brilliant. But, you know, I was always told by a guy I knew called Richard Spence, my old platoon sergeant, who then became my old sergeant major. Well, he wasn't old at the time. He was younger then than I am now, took it that way. And he always said, be careful what you wish for. It might just come true. And I didn't use tap water. And he was right, though. He was right. You be careful what you wish for. Yep. And here's another one. Whatever you give out, you're going to get back. Whatever you give out, you will get back. So if you give out positivity and love, you'll get it back tenfold. But if you give out hate and shit, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. And my mother that's watching taught me this. She said, Trevor, it's better to be pitied than scalded, son. Better to be pitied than scalded. It's a fair point, isn't it? Perfect. What was it? People are talking in the chat this, so I'm going to tell you. Right, here's the thing in the chat. You get what you give. Exactly, Maria. Ready? Megan's done an interview with the People magazine talking about the success of her Netflix cooking show, With Love, Methane. In that interview, she talks intimately about things that her and H get up to at home. And each night they have a little drink. Each night they have a little drink. And during that little drink, they call it, there's a special name for that little drink. They call it recaps. What is it? Fuck, I've just forgot. Something recaps. Tell me in the chat, someone. Tell me in the chat. You know, you don't make sense. Thank you, Carla. Tell me in the chat. I can't remember what it's called, but it just... The chat recaps. What is it? I've forgotten. Oh, bollocks to it. You know what I mean? Thank you, Sheila. So they have this thing at night time where they pour a drink and they call it nightcap recaps. And they do as they're doing the lunch boxes, which doesn't make sense because previously she hadn't even heard of a lunchbox. And why would you be making a lunchbox for a child that goes to a private location where lunches aren't given? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, there we go. Narcissist, yes, you're right. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm hot toddy, PDFFA. I agree with you. I'm of the impression, and I want your opinion. I'm of the impression that Megan is a secret pisshead, a secret alcoholic. That's just my opinion. In my opinion, and prejudice, I think she needs a drink to get through the day. And I don't think, ready? Yeah, we're ready to sit down. We love binge watching TV. We love binge watching TV. No, you don't. I don't reckon you do binge watch TV. I reckon you binge watch YouTube and you watch YouTubers because you're so wrapped up in your own shit that you need to know what's going on. That's just what I think. Oh, sorry. My mother's just corrected me. It's the way, I don't believe you're correcting the way I spoke, the way I've just spoken. Better to be pitied than scalded. That's what I said, Mother. My mother's correcting what I said. How can you say I said scalded and scalded? It's the way I spoke. I'm having elocution lessons here in the chat by my mother. I apologize profusely, Mother. I apologize. Yeah. It's like having the Queen in the chat. Sorry, Mum. Sorry. I'm gonna get it later. Alison, don't encourage her. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Schooner. Exactly. Yeah. Christine. Possibly. Yeah. Possibly. Wow. So I hadn't got this little chat planned. I just thought, come on, have a little bit of a chat, chill, unwind. Yeah. Chill and unwind. It's a bit, yeah, I should have a can of Coke. I had a can of Coke in the fridge. Yeah. Go. Stop encouraging my mother to tell me off. You're never too big to, yeah, 100%, 100%. I'm originally from Devon. To me, it's gone. There we go. Is Gwen in work? Yes, she is. Gwen's in work until she would have finished now. Handover, takeover. I don't know why this happens, right? As you all know, she works in the care sector. Now, she's meant to finish at 8 p.m. But for some reason, the next shift comes in about 5 to 8 and takes about 15, 20 minutes for a handover when you've got all that medication. So it eats into her time off. I've said that you need to have a cut-off time at 8. So whoever's coming on, there needs to be an overlap. There needs to be an overlap of timings. Does that make sense? Love you, ma'am. I never. Someone else said that. Oh, I went into Tesco's the other day and they sell potato bread. Can't believe it. I bought a few of them and I've got some in the freezer. You can't beat potato bread. It's gone. Don't love us how the Democrats won't cause a shutdown in the US public services. Trev, tell us a nice, funny army story. I love those. A nice, funny army story. A funny army story. I'm trying to think of one that doesn't involve something rude. I'll tell you a funny one. You may not like this. It's unprofessional. It was my unprofessional days. So I think it was 1996. I was working in a place called Bestbrick Mill in South Armagh. Bestbrick Mill used to be the busiest helicopter port in Europe. It's where British soldiers came in and out of bandit company, basically. Anyway, I was in a thing called the Carpet Sanger, which is a sanger which overlooks Carrick Vista Estate. And the first house on the left used to be called Edward O'Callaghan. I drove a white Nissan Sunny, registration Sierra India Bravo 7876. Always remember it. Anyway, he hung himself in the end, which was a good thing. He was a nasty, no good man. So I'm in the Sanger, and how it used to work, you used to come out of the cookhouse and you take a left and you walk down like a hill inside camp. You walk through an old abandoned warehouse, still inside the camp, and then you'd walk to the bottom of these steps. And you'd have to climb. You went inside like a corrugated iron, and you'd have to climb up the steps inside. Then you stopped, you moved around a little bit, then you went up another set of steps. You're climbing up with all your kit on. Anyway, when you got up the steps, you used to have to bang the hatch. Bang, bang, bang. Now, the hatch opened inwards, and the guy used to climb up, right? So hatch opens inwards. Oh, hello. Yeah, yeah. Now, you could lock the hatch easily from the inside. And there was nowhere to sit there. And you weren't there for an hour. You were there for 2 hours at a time. So what I would do is I would go in there. Margaret Guard, oh yes, Rachel Penny, the best way. I missed part of the chat there. I would go into the Sanger. The guy in before me would go, yeah, well, we've had such and such moving from left to right. There's a patrol out here. There's a patrol out there. There's another patrol going out at 2, and there's one going out at 4. They're going to come back in this road. They're going to come back in this road. I'm like, okay. And then he'd go, the batteries have been changed on the different types of equipment. That's been changed. This has been changed. The OC is doing a walk around, the officer commanding at maybe 3:30. Okay, no dramas. Okay, all done. Okay, happy, mate? Yep, off you go then. Have a little chat, maybe have a little chat before he goes, and then he goes down. When he goes down, I would fill in the handover takeover book. Do a radio check to make sure the radio's working. Do an intercom check to make sure it's working. Make sure it's working back to different places. And you do all your checks. And you sit there. And you had a pattern of life where you wrote down, yep, what's out there, what's out there. If someone walks past it looks dodgy, you do a thing called an A to H. So I'd write down, if I seen someone going past and they look dodgy, I would do a thing called an A to H. Age, build, the clothes they were wearing. Age, build, clothes, distinguishing marks. E for elevation, G for the gait, the way they walk, H for her, and that's it. And anything else that stood out, an A to H. If a car drove past, I would fill it in as a scrim. Shape, colour, registration, identifying marks, make and model. So I'd do an A to H and a scrim, and I'd write it all down. But then I was chinned because we went from that Sanger to that Sanger to this Sanger, and you're chinned. So what I would do is I fell asleep. I fell asleep on the chair, but I didn't just fall asleep on the chair. I leaned back on the chair and my head hit the mortar attack alarm. Fucking mortar attack alarm. And I didn't know I'd done it. Because all I heard was... And I'm like wide awake. And I'm looking out. I'm searching for this mortar attack, terrorist mortar attack. I'm like, what the hell? Everyone's on full alert. My intercom's going like hell. My intercom, I'm like, whoa. And they're going to me, can you give a location of the mortar base place? Can you give a location of the mortar base plate? And I'm like, yes. No. And then it clicked. And I'm like, I'm going to go to jail for this. And I got back on and I went, hello, Zero. This is Carpet Sanger. Just to let you know that as I was changing the battery of the radio, I accidentally touched the attack alarm. It's a false alarm. Stand down, stand down. And that's how you cover your arse when you make a mistake. Admit it. And then when you go up, I'm going to be honest, you go up there and your commander grabs you by the windpipe and he has you against the wall. You're a fucking embarrassment. What are you doing? He knew I'd fallen asleep because this happened like a weekly thing. It got to the stage where the engineers had to come out. Felt anxiety. I know, Steve. It gets to the stage where so many people have fallen asleep on the chair and hit the attack alarm, right? That they send engineers down to have a look at the intercom system or the motor attack alarm because they think there's something wrong with it. Every soldier in the camp knew what was wrong with it. It's too close to where you can put your head back. That was the problem. Yeah, true story. And anyone that's in the chat that's a veteran knows it. They know exactly what I'm talking about. My husband's household cavalry has had me in tears of laughter with issues with tourists. Yeah. I'm just checking the things a bit late. You're never too late to join in. Never too late to join in. These things happen. There's loads of stories like that. Won't do it. Oh, yeah. There was a guy called Devlin, a big guy called Devlin, who was mortar platoon in 1-1 Irish. Mortar platoon. Well, I remember I went across to Canada. It would have been, was it 1998? I think it was 1998 with Big Dev. And we were part of the PRT team, the basically like a package range team where we were doing safety on the ranges as the companies, hundreds of soldiers went through doing different, and we were doing all the checks and stuff. Anyway, I remember I was standing outside the Nissan. This is in Wainwright Camp in Canada. We were standing outside, me and Dev standing having a brew, a cup of coffee. And there was like a little telephone line going from one Nissan hut to the other. And there's a few birds sitting on it. And I don't know why I did it. I just picked up a stone. And I went, I think I can hit that bird. And I threw the stone. I missed the bird. However, Dev walked over there and he picked up the stone I threw. And I says, how would you like it if I hit you with a stone? And I was like, really? And he threw the stone. And he hit me right square on the eyeball. Boom. And I remember the pain and getting down and the pain and not being able to see, just all white, not being able to see. I was like, whoa, Dev, what the fuck? He went, I didn't think it would hit you. I didn't. He says, I thought you would have moved. And I'm like, what? Anyway, what happened then is I couldn't see out of it. I really couldn't. And I panicked. And Dev got me in a Land Rover and he drove me out of camp to the little hospital in Wainwright. And I went in and Dev was outside with, what was he called? So I can't remember his name. Doesn't matter. But Dev was outside. I was in getting treated. And what they did was they got, do you know the polystyrene drinking coffee cups? It's not plastic, it's polystyrene. Well, you know what the hospital did? They cut it down so it was just the bottom of the cup. Anyway, I'm sitting there and Dev comes in and he goes, can we not really see? No, we can't really see. It'll come back in time. We've put cream on and stuff. So Dev did this. He says, you can't really see. I says, no. Put your hand over your good eye. And I did. I went like this. And Dave stood beside me and he went, and he slapped me. He went, fuck, he can't really see. He can't. So they got the cup, they cut it, and they put it over my eye with white tape. And I had to have it on for a few days until I got my sight back. That was scary. Dave nearly lost my sight. That was a terrible day, actually. Yeah. The chat's crazy in here. I have no idea what half the chat's about. I did. It was all. My eyeball was like a yellow and red, bloodshot, and I had like bruising all down here. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Showing a 500. Caroline Boyd says, morning. Finally got alive. Woohoo. Yeah. With a keep up, Trevor. Be yourself, mate. Well done, and Fiona. 500,000. No. 50,000. Not 500. I hope it was. I wish it would be. What's to whole of mine? So does own worst enemy. What's this here? Amy Jones. It's cabbage, potatoes. People talk about menus and food in the chat here, which is nice to know. They wouldn't give me one, Stevie. Just give me a white cup, bottom white cup. He slapped me across the face, yeah. And then he apologised after it. Thank you, Alison. I'm glad I do. What's Frankie's Paw just say there? Frankie's Paw just posted it. I'm on a diet where you all stop talking about food. Stevie had temporary blame from laser exposure. Well, it doesn't sound nice. St. Elmo's fire. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, agree with you. Booker got that wrong. Was she thinking? It's only 7 a.m. here. Sorry, people. It's all about having fun, isn't it? It's all about having fun. Well, listen, it has been wonderful chatting to all you. What's this here? I love all Fiona's videos as well. Dawn Marie Smith. Ah, that's from Jennifer. I'm glad you do. Baby's head, chips and beans. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to be doing a little chat on St. Patrick's Day, actually. I'm also in court on St. Patrick's Day, so it could be a brilliant celebration or commiseries all around, but I'm keeping positive. Got a lot of good things happening, so that's the best way. Nice chat. 17th is that Monday. It is, Nicola. St. Patrick's Day is Monday. It is, yeah. Well, listen, everyone. Thank you. Thank you to my awesome moderators for coming in. Thank you for coming in the chat and spending some time with me. It's been great. I'm going to go and is it late for a coffee? A cup of tea? I don't drink tea. I haven't even got any tea. I've got cameline tea and rosemary tea and lemon tea and lemongrass herbal tea. I don't drink it though. I have it there. I got it in my cup. I got about 10 boxes of different teas. I bought it in because Sebastian's mum drinks different types of tea. So got it in for her. If she ever comes across, it's a cup of tea. So me and Gwen drink coffee. There we go. But thanks, everyone. Thanks for being part of this. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. And yeah, see you tomorrow for tomorrow's Daily Rant. I'll be doing my butterfly effect. But listen, go and have fun. Thank you all. Good night, and may your gods go with you.